on the channel. If you are joining, tell a friend to join. So first of all, I think we have our ingredients here. We have green pepper. We have green beans, sorry, not green pepper, green beans. We have some tomato, blended tomato here as well. And then we have some cabbage in the house as well. So we're going to prepare the sauce. And then we'll mix it with the rice. So I have carrots as well here. So that's how we're going to do it today. So I'm going to pour the oil into the pan. So I have my oil in the pan. The next thing for me to do is to set my fire. So I'll bring my fire to 80. We'll bring it to 60 so that it doesn't jump 80. Now I'm going to crush my onion. So I'm going to crush the onion into pieces and then fry it in the oil. Sometimes the oil gets a bit hotter, so you need to ensure that the oil does not get too hot. So then it's off the fire in the first place. Otherwise it will be jumping out of the fire. Getting my onions cut. I'm gonna get more onions into it. Getting more onions into it. So we're gonna leave the onion. So we're gonna leave the onion to fry. I'll have to stir it so that it mixes up correctly. So now I'm going to add my tomato. So I'm going to add my tomato paste. So you know now my tomato paste in the sauce. I'm going to rinse this one with a bit of water as well. I'm going to rinse this one with a bit of water as well. So I'll get our tomato on fire with the onion. So what I'm going to do next is to add pepper. I'm going to boil. So I'm going to stir the tomato. I'm going to add a bit of water to the tomato. So I'm going to rinse this one. I'm going to use this. I'm going to rinse this. I'm going to add it to. sauce. I'm gonna slice green pepper, hot green pepper, African pepper. I'm gonna slice African pepper, then I'm gonna add African pepper to it as well. This is the sauce. So I'm gonna add green African pepper to it as well. Wow, so let me increase the fire a bit. So we increase the fire up a bit. We stir it once again. It's gonna pop out, so I need to bring the fire back down. I need to bring the fire back. So now I'm going to slice this into it to give it some pepper flavor. We put the carrot here first. So I'm gonna slice this into pieces. Slice it into pieces. You see? So I'm gonna add this to the sauce. Give it some pepper flavor. Slice this. I like a bit of natural pepper in my jollof. So let me put the first batch of the pepper in. So I'm going to do the second batch. So I'm going to put my second batch of pepper. Nice bite of pepper goes in. So, more pepper. Now I have to wash my fingers because I have pepper on my finger. If I make a mistake and I touch my eye, I'll be in trouble. So I'm gonna stir. We're gonna stir this. So we're gonna add a bit of water. So we need a bit of water. I'm gonna stir. So I'm gonna bring the fire up a bit. So get the fire up. Get the fire up. So I can get the boiling sticks. Now I need to add a few other things. I need to add my curry powder. And it keeps jumping out of the food. So I'm gonna add some curry powder. So now this curry powder has turmeric, which is something I love the most. I love turmeric. I love turmeric. So now I'm gonna leave it to boil a bit. I'm gonna leave it to boil. I'm gonna raise the fire a bit when I put in my next ingredient. I'm gonna put in rosemary to give it some nice flavor. So add my rosemary. Not that granulated, but I manage it. I'm gonna stir. I'm gonna stir it. I'm gonna stir. I'm gonna stir. Still doing the sauce. So I'm gonna add some flavor to it. Add some flavor. I'm gonna add some shrimp powder to it as well. I'm gonna stir. So now I'm gonna increase the fire, but let me wipe the top of the stove a bit. It looks a bit messy. So I have to be stirring it, but I have to cover it so that the sauce doesn't jump out of the pan. See how it's boiling. Okay, so let me add a bit of water still. Still needs a bit of water. The way it is jumping out of the pan. I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna cover it and leave it to simmer. Now I'm gonna I'm going to slice my green pea and then my cabbage down. So let me slice my cabbage. I'm going to slice my cabbage. It's pure vegetable jollof rice. Everything as the vegetable, everything as the vegetable. If you're just joining us, kindly like, subscribe, share. So I have my carrots at one corner. So now I'm going to work on my green pea. So this is green pea. I'm going to slice my green pea. I'm going to slice my green pea. Slice. Don't want the green pea to be too many in the sauce. So I'm going to slice as much as I can. I'm not going to add all. I'm not going to add the entire green pea to. So this is the green pea. I think it's a bit more than enough. So it's enough now. So now we're going to bring down the fire. We're going to bring down the fire. Then we're going to fetch this one into it. Now the jumping has come down. So we're going to fetch the green pea to it. And for the cabbage and the carrot, I'm going to add it. I'll add the cabbage and the carrot at the end of the cooking. Sometimes I add it directly. You know which way I do it. It goes. So the thing. Guys, I wish you were in the kitchen here with me. The flavor, the aroma alone is just superb. Superb aroma. So I'm gonna leave the sauce to boil for a while. I need to get the taste that I want. So I'm gonna cover it for some 5 minutes. I haven't got the taste that I want yet. I'm going to cover it again. I'm going to push up the fire. I'm going to give it more heat. So now we have our cabbage. So we're going to slice our cabbage as well. So we're going to slice our cabbage. Let me watch this. I'm gonna put the carrots. put some of the sauce inside of it. So we're gonna cut the cabbage to smaller pieces. This is how I cut my cabbage. So I cut my cabbage. Cut it into smaller pieces. Sometimes I have two ways of doing this. I either add the vegetables into the sauce, then I mix it with the rice, or sometimes too after the rice I've done, I add it. But in this case, I think I need to add it to it. I want to add the cabbage to the sauce as well. Okay, let me do it that way. Okay, let me bring down the fire and see it's beginning to burn. See from the smoke. So now we have our cabbage also in good shape. So I'm gonna clear the mess from chopping board. I'll clear the mess from the chopping board as well. Okay, so now we're going to check the sauce to see whether the sauce is cooking at the right temperature. And it has the right. Okay, I think the sauce is doing good now. Okay, so I'm gonna get my cabbage in. I'm gonna add some powdered pepper as well. I'm gonna add some powdered pepper as well. So if you are a cook or you are a woman there and you know how to cook jollof, just let me know whether it was right for me to put the cabbage into the sauce. I'm a bachelor, you know, and this is how a bachelor living cooks. So if you think the time was right for me to put the cabbage in the sauce, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. I'm gonna add a bit of water to the sauce. And also boil for 5 minutes. I'm gonna boil it for 5 minutes at high temperature. So I'm gonna boil it for at high temperature. I'm gonna bring the fire down. I'm gonna add some powdered pepper as well to it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Like I said, in case you're a caterer or someone who is adept at cooking jollof rice, let me know that the the timing was okay. We'll bring the fire up again. So now we're going to prepare our rice, wash the rice, and put the rice in the sauce. We're gonna be putting the rice in the sauce, and then we stir for a while. So we have our rice here. We're gonna wash the rice, then we're gonna put it in the sauce. So we're gonna add the rice to the sauce. So bring fire to 60. Then we're gonna add our rice. Add our rice. Oh, I should have fetched some of the sauce down. Sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna fetch some of the sauce down. I forgot one thing, the rice hasn't mixed yet, so I can still fetch. I'm gonna fetch some of the sauce. I'm gonna fetch some of the sauce. At least I forgot. So I'm gonna fetch some of the sauce. The rice hasn't mixed yet, so I forgot to fetch the sauce. So I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, there's no rice. Okay. I think the one I'll fetch is enough. So I'm gonna stir the sauce. I need to mix the rice. The rice is plenty. So this is going to be a meal for one person, that's me. It looks as if I fetched more of the rice. So I'm gonna know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put water in the rice. So here we go. water on the rice. It's time to add some salt. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm a hustler, so I'm a bachelor, so that's how the rice is too much. I wonder if I'm going to get a taste that I want. So now we're going to cover it. Cover it for it to cook. So now the next thing is to clean the mess up in here. I'll wait for the food to get done, then I'll add the carrots to it. The reason I normally add the cabbage is that I love the cabbage, the scent in the food, the sauce in the food. So we're going to clean up all the mess. I always try to keep my cooking environment free from stew splashes and all those kind of things. Just want to keep my cooking environment up to some level. So we're gonna see it's boiling. So we have our rice boiling now. I'm gonna leave it to boil, the rice to soften. And now we need to cook eggs. I prefer to add some eggs to my vegetable fried rice. So now we're going to be cooking eggs. I'm going to be cooking 2 eggs. I want to eat the jollof with some eggs. So we still have this thing boiling. So I'm going to bring my 2 eggs. So I have my eggs. I have my eggs in there. And then bring it down to 100. So I want my egg to get boiled in 10 minutes time. So in 10 minutes time we're going to have the egg cooked. Don't mind my burnt pan. I need to bring the fire down a bit. Okay, let's start to see. I think the under is burning, so we need to bring the fire down. Boiling too much beneath. The rice is too much. I should have put just 2 cups. My problem as a bachelor cooking has always been measuring the right quantity of rice. It has been my major problem when cooking jollof, the most rice dishes. And I think I'm doing it in the nicest way for you guys to enjoy. So I'm gonna leave the rice to boil. Jollof can take some time to get cooked. It can take a lot of time to get cooked. Because if you don't do the timing very well, you're going to let the under burn. Let me see if I can raise the fire a bit again. And that one I have to be stirring it. The rice is still hard. That means we have a long way to go. The rice is still hard. So usually it's important to measure the quantity of rice and the sauce. If you don't measure the quantity of the rice and the sauce, that's what normally happens. When I don't measure my quantity of rice and my sauce, that's what normally happens to me. The jollof takes a long time to get cooked. Now it keeps simmering gradually, building momentum. And leave it. Got our eggs also on fire boiling. I think I need to increase the time a bit. The fire was low, so let me change the temperature. Bring the power level very low. Then I change the temperature down. Maybe to 120. And then I take this to 10 again. So you have to be alternating the fire, otherwise I'll end up burning the whole thing. If I were to be cooking it on coal pot or maybe say gas, I can regulate it better. When you put it at 82, this thing becomes too slow. Fire becomes too slow. So I'm cooking my bachelor's Ghana jollof. For a bachelor, no one will teach you how to cook. You have to cook your own food. I'm going to cover it. If you're a bachelor, nobody has to teach you how to cook. You have to be smart. That's what I'm trying to be. Just trying to be smart. If you just join, hit the subscribe button and subscribe. Don't forget to comment, share, and like. Let me give you a bit of history about jollof. Jollof is a rice meal, specifically from West Africa. Usually eaten in countries like Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal. That's where you find this food. People eat this food the most. It has become a popular food, and you always find Nigeria and Ghana competing about who is the number one jollof maker on the continent. So you see, but as a bachelor, I learned how to cook it myself. So the fire is a bit up. For now, I need to steam to cook, otherwise I think the rice was too much. Should fetch much smaller quantity of rice. So we're gonna leave it to boil. Our egg is getting cooked. My egg is already cooked. The problem now is that when I lower the fire too much, it doesn't cook the way I want it to cook. When I increase the fire too much then it's getting burnt. But any which way, you want to cook it. The jollof will be tasty, guys. So the eggs are ready, but I'm going to add some water. Put some water to it. I normally add some water to fill it. I don't really know how you like it, egg, but I like my egg hard. I like a hard egg. So I'm gonna stir this again. The fire is the one that is giving me the trouble now. And if I increase the fire that much too, I will end up burning the food. That is a problem. I'll try my best to do it. Try my best to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to cover it. I'm going to leave it to boil with this heat. And then when the rice needs to get soft, it's burning beneath, you can see. So now I'm going to leave it at 80. I'm going to cover it. And then leave it to soften. What is left now is for the rice to soften. That is my only issue now, my only problem now. So let me just get the rice soften. So I'm gonna get it softened.